I got a lot of them just looking at me flat full.
You don't look really full.
Yeah, I've dropped
But you
weight.
don't look really fat. You look quite fat. Not like really bad. But
I'm sorry, that's recorded as well. You don't look that. I have this every single morning.
I'm not even awake yet.
Oh bosh. I will speak about my check-in in a second. But probably noticing something straight away. What the fuck is up with your head? I walked into a door. I think it was the bathroom one. Or I might have hit my head on like the handle. Happy 2 days out. I'm sorry, but if you are 8 weeks out from your first ever show, could you genuinely ask to be in a better position? Probably not. Yeah, we've got Jared checking in nice and early this morning. He checks in every other day now. And he was away, went on holiday, because essentially Jared's one of my clients who was going to be going into prep for September PCA first timers. However, we ran a pre-prep diet from the start of November through till around mid-January. We then had a period of time where we were going to be like, right, we can still look to improve and like have a bit of a short stint of growing. They'll probably be starting prep around now. However, it almost worked too well. We just got leaner throughout that time anyway. Like we just held at like 95 kilo or so for like 4-6 weeks and just got bigger and bigger and leaner. So we had a look at the things, had a bit of a chat, and we were like, right, let's just fucking send it and just go for an early show. So he's now doing PCA First Timers 4 on the 27th of June in Derby, and it looks absolutely bang on the money. Really happy. We're pretty much at a new low today off the back of going away, which I literally said to him, I was like, right, you've got time, you're in a good spot, like just chill. But he handled the holiday really well, and we've not really made too many changes to baseline setup. We're now obviously back in a prep race cycle sort of scenario. But the look is just improving massively, and it's really cool to see, like really cool. So yeah, we're absolutely chilling on that front. So I'm gonna go and get back to him now, basically tell him that he is on money, and we're in a good spot, and then I will talk you through what the plan is for today. So in regards to the POA for today, we have got 870 grams of carbohydrates going in. Fats, I believe, are a little bit lower than where they were yesterday, and carbs obviously 80 odd grams higher, so 4,700 calories, basically 4,800 calories going in for today. Drugs, anabolics, etc., all exactly the same, but it should be a pretty damn good day. It is the jam and maple syrup protocol, because essentially it is the same food as it was yesterday, same meals, but with the odd extra bit of maple syrup or jam. But yeah, we are absolutely chilling, which is lovely. I still will record each meal just so I can show you around. But yeah, we're all good. Molly, how are you?
Good.
She's absolutely. To be fair, Mol, do you want to go and give a review of the other can? Nah, come on.
No.
She's saying no. Why?
Because I don't want to.
No, come on, because it'll be good.
I will later.
No, now.
No, I will later.
She hasn't stopped talking about this can since she's opened it. I've never seen her so invested into something in her life.
I will later.
She's going to do it later. She's not committed to the content. Fucking pussy.
Okay.
Drink it. Can I have a coffee?
Hmm?
Can I have a coffee?
Yeah.
I did buy us coffee as well.
Yeah, well done.
Right, I'm going to go and crack on with some work. And I'll have my first meal probably around... Well, what time do you start work?
11:30. I might go there at 11.
I'll probably have my first meal around 9ish, potentially. I'll probably go to Molly's work with her. I'll go train it at Molly's work so it's nice and easy. And then I've got a haircut which isn't too far from there. But I do kind of want to rearrange it. So I'm going to try and get onto them and see if I can do. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later on. My first meal is the same as the third meal from yesterday. So I will show you that. But yeah, aside from that, I'll catch you guys very, very soon. Okay, so just before I go and attempt to get the vast majority of my the remaining bits of my body hair off, I'm going to go through what I basically drink every single morning. Basically, like what I take every single morning. Obviously, anabolics. Leading into a show, I always get them out the way. Like I'll do my week's worth of anabolics in the first few days leading up into the week. So that's all done. So the only things in terms of injections that I'll be looking to take is my SLU, so basically my peptides, my MOTS-C, and my 5-amino 1-MQ. Keeping them in, because why not? Been getting on with them really, really well. I've actually got more SLU downstairs that I need to pick up, because I put an order through that engineered, which is probably the only thing which I'm going to go and be like, I'd recommend that from somewhere else other than Fullball, because obviously Fullball don't stock it. So I've got that, and I've got their injectable pump formula as well, which I might use pre-stage. I'll see. But yeah, so every morning, the first thing which I'll look to do is have a serving of Strom Hydromax. This is the cherry flavour. This came through yesterday, which I've greatly missed. Have that with 1.5 litres of water, but some of the water I will put into a shaker with 1 scoop of Digest Max. This is the vanilla flavour. It's very, very good. And this is something which I don't always do in my off season, I'll be honest. Like I don't nail digestive supplements in off season because I don't really have too much issue. But if I know also at the same time, if I do have an issue, it's not the end of the world. And has this lost me again? What the hell? There we go. And if I do have an issue, again, it's not that big. I don't really care too much in terms of like if I've got a bit of a bloat but I'm pushing food. You're probably gonna. But in a prep, my digestive system isn't always amazing, so I do just batter the not batter, but I do look into digestive aids. So 1 scoop of Digest Max. Use a shaker for it because it doesn't always mix very well in like a glass, but it's very, very good. And then remaining 1.5 litres of water is in here with some squash and a scoop of Hydromax. So I'm going to go and try and get a good amount of hair off. And then it'll be time for meal 1. Then today, my steps are going to be 8 to 10k, so a little bit higher. In theory, you want to keep a bit lower, but with me, I find like moving a bit more allows food to sit a bit better. So even though my body weight's dropped, I'm happy to go and do some more steps. I do think digestion is going to be a lot better, and that'll be sweet. So that's all done. And then I'll catch you back for meal 1, which is essentially the exact same as it was yesterday, just with some jam in there as well. And then we'll just crack on with some work. We'll go for some steps first. We'll crack on again with some more work. But then we should be able to get all the work done, like, to be honest, before I even train. The pump session's obviously not going to be too long. And then we will be going to get my haircut. Then we'll be back here for the rest of the day, basically, and then just steps in between meals, chill. Unfortunately, there's no football on today. Although there is football on. It's down the road. There is Forest against Villa in the Europa League, which, I'll be honest, I remembered it was on yesterday, and I was like, I do want to go to that. And then I saw I could get a ticket, but it was like 300 quid. And I'm like, I don't want to pay 300 quid. So yeah, I'm not going to go. But it's pretty cool. Like, it's literally down the road from the flat. I'll probably be able to hear the game, or most of the game anyway. Like in the distance. I say it's not round the corner, but it's not far. Like, if I drove there, I'd be there in 10 minutes. But I actually might go to 1 or 2 Forest games next season. I'm never going to support Forest. I don't really care, but I like football. So yeah, get this meal in. Fucking hell. Get some of this water in. Shower, wet shave, and get the last few bits off with this. And then it'll be time for meal 1. Okay, I'll be honest, we are a little bit behind on time, so I'm not going to show you the full product of the meal, the finished product of the meal, because I need to crack on. But like I said, it is exactly the same as yesterday, with 30 grams of jam, instead of some almond butter actually. So we have got 2 slices of turkey bacon, 50 grams of peppers, 2 eggs, which I'm just frying because I feel like it will take a little bit less time. We have got 100 grams of pineapple, and we have got 4 bagel thins. I have run out of like savoury style ones. I probably should have got more. So I'm going to have 2 cinnamon and raisin bagels. But on top of that, we have got, we do have almond butter. We've got 10 grams of almond butter, and then 30 grams of strawberry jam. And luckily, we have got some in a little squeezy thing. So that's really helpful. So yeah, we're going to get this meal in. That comes to 137 grams of carbs, 921 calories, 20 fat, 48 grams of protein. So yeah, I'm going to get this meal down now, and then I'll catch you a little bit later on for the pre-workout meal. Yo, so we are back for the pre-workout meal, which I'm actually not going to eat just yet. It is 11:15, so I want to leave it a little bit more time, because I'm going to head off in a second to go and get my haircut. So I'm basically going to eat this on the way / when I get there. But we have got the exact same pre-workout meal as yesterday. So 130 cream of rice, 25 grams of whey, 100 grams of fruit, which is raspberries. And to be fair, we had a bit of a scare this morning. The freezer fucking broke. It's working, I think, now, which is good, because anyone, if you've been watching this, you fucking should have watched the videos if you haven't. I have an unhealthy obsession with frozen fruit, and specifically frozen banana. And the banana that I had to throw out was all a bit minging, to be honest. So, but it should be all right for later meals. Yeah, so then this meal is salted caramel, trained by JP today. We've got 100% dark chocolate. We've got the almond flavour, which is banging. I do need to pick up, I've got a delivery downstairs, which is just like 10 bars of the orange one. So I'm going to get that because it's the best. Sorry for the loud noise. And then the whey is chocolate orange perform, which is the goat. So it's the same meal as yesterday, but with some maple syrup in there as well. That is so good. I don't make my whey paste that thick, because I'd much rather just throw it on. Like, if I'm honest, making whey paste is the most monotonous, boring, ball-ache thing in the world. Like, I do think as soon as I get into an Aussie, I'm just going to mix it into my cream of rice or my rice pudding. But it does taste pretty good at the same time. So maybe it's worth it. I don't know. I've got a lot of shit to do though. Mainly just like household bits. So yeah, we're going to get this meal in. And we've also got a Squares bar. Totally chocolatey. the goat. And then intra, I've just put with my pre because I'm going to be training after like 2 meals, but then I'm also going to have a haircut in between. So that is my pre. It is 2 grams of pink salt, 0.4 grams of low salt, 2 scoops of Trained by JP Pumpage. You can grab that from Full Ball. And then we've got 20 grams of EAs, 30 grams of highly brand dextrin, and then 10 grams of creatine in there as well. So yeah, I'll catch you guys back home later when I've got a nice trim and I don't look as homeless. And I'll chat to you very soon. Time for the post-workout meal. Last pump session done and dusted. As you can probably imagine, a very boring session. Trim is also acquired, which is looking lovely. I think it's kind of sort at the top, but I really can't be asked. Yeah, we are back to looking less homeless, which is absolutely lovely. And the freezer is now working perfectly. Great. I was a bit sarcastic, wasn't it? No, it actually is fucking good. But no, we are back in for the post-workout meal, which is exactly the same as it was yesterday. 200 grams of Frosties, 100 grams of banana, 100 grams of berries. I'm pretty sure anyway. I, of course, will double check. It'd be a bit annoying if I'm putting all these fucking berries on. Right, where's the actual blueberries? Because that's all I want. Come on. Am I going to have to get scissors? Yep. I'm 99% sure it is, but we have also got the addition of 30 grams of maple syrup. Basically just adding in some really, really sort of easy, fast-acting carbohydrates into the system, which should be lovely, which should be cool. The whey in here is Perform Carrot Cake, which is very, very good. All of the Perform ones are, to be fair. Perform, Naughty Boy, Wheys, like, they all sound like the Perform Whey, like, one thing which does wind me up, and you probably hear this and you'll be like, what do you mean? That's not a weird question. It is. If you ask someone what flavour to get of anything, like, it's ridiculous. How on earth am I going to know what flavour you want? Because I don't have the same taste buds as you. What's the best flavour? I don't know, because if you asked me, I probably wouldn't go and say a fucking peanut butter flavour, because I don't like peanut butter. You go and ask Molly that, she'll probably say a peanut butter flavour, or she might do, I don't know. But you get what I mean. But no, if you, what would you get for an ice cream? Cool. Probably get something like that for your whey flavour. Do you like the sound of salted caramel? Do you like the sound of, I don't know, fucking strawberries and cream, or chocolate orange or some shit? Yeah, you do get that one. And that went off at 87. This is the only thing annoying with these scales, is they do randomly go off, so I need to pay attention to it. So I need another 13 grams of banana. There we go. It's on 12, so I'm a gram under. I'm going to be flat. I'd rather go under than go over. But no, that was sound. We then have specially selected 100% pure Canadian maple syrup. I did get another one because I was running out. This one's still classic maple syrup, but it's not 100% pure. No, it is, but that one's from Lidl. This one's from Aldi. Yeah, 30 grams of that. It's going to go on. And then we'll add some cinnamon onto it, because I feel like that'll be good. Oh, 25. Good thing I bought more, because I've literally just pretty much run out. But yeah, that is the finished product, or is going to be the finished product. I don't have salt with this meal, mainly because I much prefer, fuck off. I much prefer it without. I much rather have my sodium from this meal that would be in there into my pre. So I get more sodium pre, because I want to get a better pump. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm going to go and get this down, get this scranned, and then, to be honest, it's just going to be a day of sorting shit out for tomorrow. We prepared like a list of shit that we need to grab and we need to take, and that list we had everything on. Aside from the fact that we did forget the chicken. So yeah, basically, don't forget your chicken because we have to get more. So yeah, I'm going to get this meal down, I'm going to chill, and then it's just sort loads of shit out for tomorrow. I am checking in pre my next meal. So this is my third meal. I'm going to be checking in around 6 p.m. for my meal 4, even though we know it's just to make sure that everything is moving smoothly. And then obviously I'll let you know if there's going to be any changes based on that. And then we're also checking in pre last meal around 9 p.m. And then we're going to be able to send in pre-bed weight. But yeah, aside from that, we all chilling. That isn't fucking... I've got my Digest Max out. I need my Hydromax. I want another scoop of that. Not for my meal, for my water. But yeah, there you go. I'm getting this in. I'll catch you in a bit. Hello, hope everyone is well. Welcome back to the next meal. Meal 4, I've just checked in with Tim. He is happy. I am happy-ish. I never like looking at myself like during the day. I always find it's a bit of a just mere look. I like it post-workout, obviously. But aside from that, I'm not a huge fan. Not that I really get in my head, but yeah, when you're carb loading and you're not directly post-workout, and you look at yourself and you're just like, you've had a bit more water and you've got a bit of a slightly distended stomach. It's not the best, is it? But I've done this multiple times. I'm sound. So next meal going in, we have got 100 grams of banana. I'm just going to have on the side. I don't really like putting it with this meal. We've got 2 squares bars today. We have not got any almond butter, but we have got the exact same protocol here. We have got just the squash, really. We've got 145 grams uncooked white rice, which I have seasoned with some fajita seasoning. We've got 100 grams of chicken, and then we've got 50 grams of veg. That's 25 grams of peppers and 25 grams of green beans. There we go. And it is going to be finished off with some, once again, Chipotle Cholula hot sauce. There you go. So yeah, it's currently 6 p.m. I'm going to get this meal in now. I'll send photos to Tim just before 9, and then we'll get the last meal in, which I have prepared. I don't think anything's going to change today. It's more just for data collection. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get this meal down, and then have a bit of a chat about a couple of bits. I feel like I need to ramble to a camera, so I'm going to ramble to a camera in a bit. Right, so we are now on our way to get Molly. I feel like I say this every single video. I'm such a nice boyfriend. But no, basically, I can't be arsed doing steps like... Oh, shit. Sorry for the beeping noise. There we go. I can't be arsed doing steps like in the apartment, like gym. Apartment building gym, I should say. Mainly because it's just... I don't know, it just feels like I'm not going out and doing anything, but like, it's not much different because it's still on a treadmill if I go to Molly's work, but it's getting out and doing it, do you know what I mean? Or like I can go for a nice walk around there. But it's just forcing me to get them done. I've only got like 2k left, and I can't be arsed walking around the city centre. The only downside to right now is that it says it's only 12 minutes, which it usually is roughly sort of 12 minutes or so, but I drive past the city ground, and Forest are kicking off in 34 minutes against Aston Villa in the Europa League. I was very interested in actually getting a ticket. I'm not a Forest fan, I'm never going to be a Forest fan, but I was like, it's a pretty cool game to go to. Obviously I couldn't get normal tickets because I'm not a member, never will be, but I can get like a hospitality seat, and I was like, we'll have a look. Of course we'll have a look. But it was like 300 quid, and I was like, I ain't spending 300 quid, so I'm not going. But yeah, the issue is I drive past the city ground, so I don't know what traffic's going to be like. It's also like, I'm going to moan about something which, if anyone goes to a football game, we all do this, and it's not even that bad. people you just walk on the road, don't you? And it's just a bit annoying if you're actually driving. Yeah, that's a bit annoying, but it'll be fine. We'll get there. We'll get the steps done. But did want to chat about something. What I've seen over the years on social media, and it has come up a bit more recently as well, is a load of negativity towards bodybuilding. And it's not really now, but generally it's always people when they don't enjoy bodybuilding anymore and they say they're finishing bodybuilding or whatever, and they give out every single possible reason why bodybuilding is bad. And it's so easy to say how bad bodybuilding is, how unhealthy bodybuilding is, and how negative it is. It's probably one of the easiest sports to talk down on ever. Like, it is. Like, you are pushing things to an extreme 90% of the year, 90% of your life, whether that's pushing scale weight, pushing anabolics if you're assisted, whether that's overly restricting food and getting to an unhealthy level of body fat. Like, it is just extreme, and it's very easy to talk negatively about it. And I'm not going to make this deep and just be like, oh, bodybuilding's done this, bodybuilding's done that. But when you actually have a look at it, bodybuilding is whatever the fuck you want it to be. Bodybuilding is as extreme or as laid back as you want it. It's literally just in my opinion, I view bodybuilding as just a day-to-day. It's literally understanding how much food you eat, understanding what you want to do to bring up certain areas of your physique, whether that's specific muscle groups, whether that's you just want more muscle everywhere. Whatever it is, it's just a day-to-day to-do list. That's literally all it is. And you can take that to whatever extreme you want. You can even not take it to the extreme. You can literally just be like, and in a sense, bodybuilding is what any person who goes to the gym does. It's just when you think about competing, it's then called bodybuilding. Like, I don't even consider myself a bodybuilder. I consider myself someone who goes to the gym, and every now and then I'll jump on a bodybuilding stage. And as much as it's very easy to talk down it, and yes, there is negatives to it, it depends on how much you actually value those negatives. Because to me, a lot of the negatives I don't really give a shit about. I don't give a shit that my goals within what I'm doing in terms of bodybuilding mean that I can't go out and get pissed, because I don't want to go out and get pissed. I'm not someone who's ever going to really be that arsed, and probably will never go and take recreational drugs, because it doesn't bother me. It's never interested me. It never will. I've just always been like that. I'm just like, it's not for me. I've got nothing against people who do, but it's just not for me, and that's absolutely fine. And if it's for you, cool, I don't care. That's fine. And of course, you still can do those things in bodybuilding. It's because as long as you understand what that might mean in terms of what you are able and not able to do, and so on and so forth. But yeah, there's a lot of negativity going around. There always is, and it's always like, bodybuilding did this to me, bodybuilding caused me to do this and feel like this, and bodybuilding gave me an eating disorder. This is my opinion. You can disagree if you want, but this is my opinion, and it's always been my opinion. You go into a competition prep, you restrict food, you don't have the normal bits of food that you might normally have, like a packet of fucking crisps or a fucking chocolate bar every now and then. And you diet for 20, 16, however many weeks, however many months, right? Even if you only diet for 12 weeks and you get into condition, cool. You still don't have those things for an extended period of time, which if you're not doing that, you might do, right? And it's very normal at the back end of the prep, the first couple of weeks, months afterwards, to want to have those things. It's normal. And every now and again, people do slip up, and they do go, this is what I mean about people just in the road. Yeah, thank you, I said you can go 5 minutes ago. Dickhead.
And it's very normal. People do slip up, especially in a post-show setting where you haven't got that immediate goal. It's easy to. You go for an off-plan meal, everything's going to be structured. Before you know it, you've had too much. It's normal. It's fine. It's not an eating disorder. It's just something you've never dealt with before. An eating disorder, for example, something like bulimia, something like anorexia, that's something which is actually diagnosed and it's an actual issue. And it really, really winds me up when people say, this person's got an eating disorder. No, you fucking don't. You're just hungry at the back end of prep. It's normal. And then when people eat off plan and binge and shit like that, that's still not an eating disorder. You've just buckled. That's my opinion. You haven't got a diagnosed issue, because the issue is you're just hungry and you don't have the control in that moment. And that's absolutely fine. But yeah, that's just my opinion. And it's very easy to be like, oh, bodybuilding gave me an eating disorder. No, it didn't. Like, no, it didn't. Like, it really, really didn't. It's like, oh, and then people say, oh, bodybuilding is an eating disorder. No, it's not. It's understanding what you're eating and knowing what you want to eat and eating what you want to eat. Simple. If people say, oh, but you weigh this out. Yes, because I want to. The same way, when you go on a night out and you only have 4 drinks because you know that 5 drinks is going to tip you over the edge and you're going to be too drunk and you're going to feel like shit the next day, that's not a drinking disorder. That's just being smart with your drink. It's like, for me, it's like if I today, right, I've got what, 800 a bit carb, I think. I don't know how much food I'm on. I could probably work it out. Can't work it out. I can just check my sheets, but I'm driving and the DVLA might be watching this. Probably if the DVLA watching this, probably already banned me because I'm technically doing something I'm driving in it. But where was I going with that? I completely forgot what I was going to say. And I can't even watch this back. When I'm editing it, I might come back and check. I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it's not disordered eating. It's just understanding what you want to do. And again, if you want to have certain food and it fits into your food, cool, crack on. That's what I was going to say. Say I'm on an 800 carb today, right? I understand, and say I was coaching myself and I was giving myself 800 grams of carbs today, right? I think I'm on like 870. But the reason I've given that is because that's what my physique needs. That's my limit. If I go and have 1,000 carb, if I go and have 1,100, 1,200 carb, and I spill over massively into tomorrow, that might then cause an issue. Likewise, someone going out on the piss, having too much to drink, might cause an issue the next day. But understanding how much they can tolerate, it's absolutely fine. So yeah, that was actually what I was going to say, wasn't it? There you go. But yeah, it does wind me up when people just talk down on bodybuilding so much, when if you actually look at it, what it can teach you and the benefits of living in a way where you are more controlled over certain things is absolutely massive. Like, not only building a physique that you want and you're proud of, which not many people can. Like, you go and do a bodybuilding show, right? And then realistically, everyone who's there wants to win. Everyone, even if you're like, oh, I just want to place. No, you don't. You want to, deep down, you want to go and win, don't you? But at the same time, even if you look at people who aren't really in condition, right? Haven't really got that much muscle, they're still light years ahead of the vast majority of individuals. They've still stuck to something. Even if they've slipped up, they've still stuck to something a lot more than the vast majority of people can do. That's fucking impressive. You go and take that into other aspects of life. You go and take that into business. You go and take that into relationships. You go and take that into whatever the fuck you want to do. It's going to teach you a lot. I would not be in this position where in the last month or so, I've had my best month of coaching I've ever had. I've moved into a lovely flat with my girlfriend, and not even talk about bodybuilding here, like talk about the overall win or anything like that, but I've got a physique that I'm like, yeah, I look good. Like, I'm happy with how I look. Am I going to go into an IFBB Pro this year? No, absolutely not. But I'm happy with how I look. And I wouldn't have any of that if I didn't get into bodybuilding. Obviously, I wouldn't have an overall if I didn't get into bodybuilding. But you know what I mean? In the sense of, I wouldn't have any of that if I didn't live a life which has taught me how to be so structured and how to be so on it with the little things, and being meticulous at times and restricting at times, but at the same time also understanding when it is okay to take a step back, when it is okay when you're in an off season to go for a meal, to take that step back and have that downtime. That's also important as well in other aspects. Like if, for example, coaching wise, I was like getting 5 inquiries a fucking day and saying yes to everybody, it would get to a point where I'm overworked and my quality of service drops down. Like there's some times where I've literally said I'm not coaching you to people because it's not worth potentially ruining my service, which is not going to one person realistically. But that combining effect, and this is something I would say to anybody who is maybe not upcoming in coaching but wants to break into that position where they are full-time coaching. You want to be getting to a position when you're full-time coaching where you are working with people that you really want to work with. Like if you're getting into full-time coaching or you're trying to do that and you're just saying yes to absolutely everybody, yeah, great, you'll get a bit extra cash. But if they're not the people you want to work with and they're the type of people that just drop off after like 6 or 8 weeks, that's not going to be a consistent income. It's pointless. Like yeah, you might get some money in and yeah, cool, but ultimately, and yeah, you might plan your business to sign up 10 people every month, but then you're having 10 people drop off every month. That seems like a lot more outgoing, a lot more outreach than what's actually needed. And people can run their business. I think you can do whatever you want, but you want to look upon things being sustainable. And again, bodybuilding has taught me that. Bodybuilding has taught me how to structure things and how to be a better person and improve at things. So I don't think bodybuilding's anywhere near as negative as people make out when things don't go to plan or they fall out of love with it. If you fall out of love with bodybuilding, that's absolutely fine. It will come a time where I'd probably fall out of love with bodybuilding and I don't want to compete again. However, at the same time, I'm probably still going to have an idea, albeit it might be a bit of a rougher one, but I'm still going to have an idea upon how much food I'm eating, what I'm doing in the gym. I'm still going to have goals relevant to what I want to do. So is that going to be getting fitter? Is that going to be downsizing? Is that going to be whatever the fuck it is? But bodybuilding have taught me how to do that. So yeah, that's my ramble. Stop being negative, be positive. Stop with positive things to be positive about in life. God, what the fuck's wrong with me? This Arimidex is clearly not working, Tim. I think it's bunk because I'm being positive. But no, that's my ramble, which times perfectly. So we just got to Molly's work. I'm going to finish my steps. I'll catch you back for the last meal. I wish I didn't show you that. I could have showed you something. My car can park itself. It's so cool. Like I'll park my car and people watching, I'll just be like sat like this. Really cool. I'll show you another time. Okay, last meal going down. We are getting in 135 grams of cream of rice. We're getting in 25 grams of whey, which is the new pretzel one, which is pretty alright. I tasted it from what was left in the mug. My trim is looking shit, so I need to sort that out. Not sort that now, sort that out in the morning. 100 gram banana, 10 grams dark chocolate, which I've made into Harry Blackburn. You should be watching this, mate. Into a garnish. I don't know if it's a garnish either, mate. Watch Harry Blackburn's stuff as well. He's competing on Saturday too. He's in junior bodybuilding. We are not in junior bodybuilding for this one. We're jumping into classic short, as I've mentioned already. 100 gram banana, 8 grams of whey, 10 grams of 100% dark chocolate, the orange one. There you go. We've eaten well today. We've eaten very, very well. Did do a check-in for Tim just before this meal. We weighed in at 207.1, so a little bit heavier. But that is, of course, after all of my water and all of my food bar this meal. And then we're going to send pre-bed. We're going to get pre-bed weigh-in before I go to bed. I should be a little bit heavier than I was yesterday, which is good. So I should wake up a bit heavier tomorrow, which is good. And then we'll continue feeding for the majority of tomorrow as well. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed.
less than 2 days out. Tomorrow will be 1 day out. That's how days work. And then it will be show day. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Links are down below as usual. And I'll catch you tomorrow.